it's Becky with the Dorky Thrifters. I wanted to do a new what sold on eBay video because I haven't done one in about a month. And the reason I haven't done one is because we've been moving. And so I wanted to do that and get caught up. I've got a lot to show you, so I'm going to go through them pretty quick, and I'm going to just show you the highlights, basically, just the best sales from the last month. But first I wanted to say thank you to the Craigslist hunter Pete for promoting my channel on his channel, and thank you to all my new subscribers, and welcome. And just let me know if you have any comments or questions or ideas or anything. So let's see, let's get started with a pair of eyeglasses. So this is a pair of Sigrid Olsen. They were a plastic frame, I believe. Let's see, they're metal frame with a plastic arm. There's the name there. Sigrid Olsen. And I find these green Sigrid Olsen cases pretty often too. So I found that to go with it. I paid $2 for the eyeglasses and $1 for the case, and they sold for $40 with free shipping. This is a pair of Ralph Lauren eyeglasses. These were neat. They're plastic frame, and they had kind of a painted swirl design. There we go. Kind of purple and green and gold, and real neat. Those sold for $45, and I paid $1 for these at the thrift store. This is a pair of Marcon. They were just a real basic plastic frame with metal arms. Pretty neat, kind of a vintage looking frame. And those sold for $20 with free shipping. And this is a pair of Charmants. These I've sold before, this brand, and they're really pretty. They had a gold and silver design there on the sides and kind of a curved lens. Very interesting. So there's the name there, and those sold for $50. Okay, this is a pair of Bolets. I got these for $1 at Goodwill, and I found the case for $1 at another thrift store. They were in very nice condition, no scratches on the lenses. And these are not prescription, these are just regular sunglasses rather. There you can see. And those sold for $30. Alright, and this is a pair of Silver Dollar eyeglasses. Silver Dollar I find a lot, and they sell well, they just don't sell for very much. So this pair sold for $20. And this is a Philips Senseo. I have sold probably 5 of these now, and usually I can sell them for $50 or more. The reason why I sold this one for so cheap was because we were moving, and it was just one of those things that I just didn't want to have to pack up, so I lowered the price down to move it quickly. So that sold for $40. These things are great. They always sell well. I always grab them when I see them. This one I paid $3 for at a thrift store. And this is a pair of Keita eyeglasses. Really funky, kind of blue and red, kind of a cat's eye with this striped arms. Very funky. Those sold for $24.95. And this is a 1990 Maserati Emblem. It's metal. My husband works in a body shop, and once in a while he brings home things like this that are getting ready to be thrown away. You can see one of the bolts had to be cut off, but that still sold for $90. And this is a set of 7, I mean, sorry. This is a set of 7 vintage candle holders. This came from an estate lot auction. I had these for a long time. Finally lowered the price down to $25 because we were moving, and so they sold. And this is a pair of Anne Klein eyeglasses. They're just a plastic tortoiseshell with a gold hinge. There, you can see it better with the lion head on there. Very pretty. Those sold for $40. And this is a pair of Harley Davidson eyeglasses. Now these were not in the best shape. They had some scuffs and scratches on them here and there. But I did have a Harley Davidson case that I had found to go with them, so they sold for $30. And this is a pair of AccuFlex. This was a flexible eyeglass. Really neat, tortoiseshell and gold, half rim. And I don't know if I can find the name to show you here. Oh, there we go, AccuFlex with Flex on. Those sold for $30. And this is a pair of Michael Kors sunglasses. These are not prescription, they're just regular sunglasses. They were in very nice, clean condition. The lenses were really nice. And those sold for $35. Alright, and this is a pair of Easy Clip eyeglasses that have the magnetic shades that clip on. So it was a whole set. This is pretty rare that I find a complete set like this with the cases and everything. But they all matched up. Very nice condition. And it sold for $35. Okay, this is an Emerson motor for an HVAC system of some kind. And this thing weighs 40 pounds. And it's big. And we were getting ready to move. And I think I had it listed at like $60 or $70, which is what they go for. So I lowered it way down to 25 because I just wanted it to go away. But I made a mistake on the listing, and I had Express Priority Mail flat rate envelope listed as an option. And so the buyer purchased it, and they paid for this Express Priority flat rate envelope, which was like $18, right? And obviously this big motor is not going to fit into an envelope, and they knew that. But they picked the cheapest option. And so I contacted them and just explained that it was an accident and told them that, you know, the rate that they paid didn't even cover regular priority mail, but that I would be willing to ship it parcel select for what they paid, even though even parcel select was a few dollars more. And they got very angry and said that they had to have it priority express mailed overnighted because they needed it the following day. And so I explained to them, well, if they wanted it Priority Mail Express overnighted, it was going to cost $90. And so they agreed to pay, I think it was like $7 or $8 difference between what they paid and the priority mail. So I priority mailed it to them, and everything worked out okay. But they were very angry with me and calling me like a scammer and telling me that I didn't know how to use eBay and just very angry. So I'm glad that all got worked out, and they seem to be happy. I haven't got any feedback, either negative or positive yet, but we'll see what happens. Alright, this is a pair of Anne Klein eyeglasses. These had this really neat chrome zebra stripe on the inside only, so those were neat. And they sold for $70. Anne Klein is such a good brand of eyeglasses. They sell fast, they sell for high dollars. Always grab Anne Klein if you see them. Okay, so this is a terracotta pot. It was quite large. I think it was about 16 inches or so. 12 inches. No, 14 inches. So yeah, it was quite large. But it was a really nice pot. And this was another one that I lowered way down to move before we moved. So that sold for $35. This is a pair of Catherine Denevue eyeglasses, sold for $30. Let's see, yep, there it is, Catherine Denevue. And this is a pair of Republica eyeglasses. These are really neat. I found these in a lot that I bought on eBay, I believe. And those sold for $50. This is a pair of Christian Dior eyeglasses. These are really pretty, gold, and they had a, it's going to be hard to see, but they had a CD kind of all the way up the arm. If you can kind of see that inside of this clear plastic. So they were really neat. They were definitely vintage. And I think I found these in an eBay lot as well. And those sold for $135. Alright, this is a pair of Chanel eyeglasses. They sold for $75. However, the person that purchased these did not realize that they were prescription, even though I listed it there, and I listed it here, and I listed it here. So 3 times in the listing it was listed that they were prescription and would need to be changed. However, they did not notice that, and so they filed a claim with eBay saying that the item was not as described and that they made them dizzy as soon as they put them on. So I emailed them back and explained that these are prescription eyeglasses, and that it was very clear in the listing that they were, and they admitted that they had made a mistake and not noticed that. But they still wanted to return them. So I said, sure, you can return them, but you're going to need to close the case that you've opened stating that these were not as described, because they actually were, and you know, it was your mistake. Well, they didn't cancel the case, but they did mail them back. However, I have not received them back yet, and this was over a month ago. Somehow these got lost in the mail. Meanwhile, eBay forced me to refund their money on their claim that they were not as described. So I'm still in the process. I've got to call eBay and appeal that. Haven't had time, but so that was kind of a loss so far because I haven't got the eyeglasses back and eBay forced me to refund their money. So that's a bummer. Alright, and this is a pair of Guess eyeglasses. Guess eyeglasses are always good, depending on the model and the style, but I always sell them for at least $30, $40. This pair here sold for $65. And then last but not least is a pair of Ralph Lauren prescription sunglasses. These were really pretty. They're big, chunky, gold and tortoise shell. There you can see it really clear. And also in the arm there. It's kind of rubbed off. Those were really neat. They sold for $50. So that's all the sales I have to show you right now. Just trying to get caught up. And I'll try to keep posting these every week now that I'm caught up. So thanks for watching.